Hello my dear students, welcome back to the another virtual class of civics. So in the previous class we discussed about the appellate jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, and before that we discussed about the original jurisdiction of Supreme Court. So now we'll discuss about some of the functions of Supreme Court as well as two jurisdiction that is left out, that also we'll discuss, and these are the things which are going to discuss today, and this will be the last topic from Supreme Court. Okay. So let's start. So what is mean by revisory jurisdiction? Revisory, that means revise means to go through it again, like in schools and all. After completing all the chapters and all, right, the teachers gives you revision and all, they ask you to revise the chapter and all, right, that we do frequently in our school. So here in the case, what is mean by revisory jurisdiction? Supreme Court has the power to revise its own judgment. Supreme Court has the power to revise his own judgment. I pronounce judgment, but later on if I feel that no, the decision made by me is wrong, so I can do it. So before the person is hanged, before that if I realize that no, the judgment is wrong given by me, so I can revise the judgment. Okay, so Supreme Court can amend or reverse or modify or redefine any judgment delivered by it, so that they can do it. I made a mistake, so I have to correct my mistakes. Okay, so in the suppose it is a matter of life and death, a person has been given death sentence, but later on if it is approved or found that no, the decision given by the judge or given by the person is wrong, then definitely before it is too late we can reverse the judgment, we can redefine the judgment. So that is possible with the Supreme Court. Okay, that is known as revisory jurisdiction. The Supreme Court can revise its own judgment given earlier and can define and revise the judgment. Okay, so this is revisory jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Now next one is advisory jurisdiction. So what is mean by advisory jurisdiction? Like sometime we need advices, right? Suppose I am in trouble, I need advice, I don't know what to do, what not to do. Okay, I am about to drown into the darkness, so I need advice. So where do we go for advice? Sometimes we go to ask our friends, sometimes we go to the elders, sometimes we go to our parents, right? So wherever we feel comfortable, we ask advice. Okay, so here which advice I'm talking about? So here advisory jurisdiction in Supreme Court means President can seek advice from Supreme Court on some legal matters. President can seek advice from the Supreme Court on some legal matters. Okay, this is clear. President can seek advice from Supreme Court, that means President can ask advice from Supreme Court. But two things I have to tell you here. The advice given by the Supreme Court is not necessary that the President will accept it. Okay, it is not that Supreme Court has given the advice, law, I have to follow it. It's not like that. So the advices given by the Supreme Court is not bound for the President to follow it. He may follow, he may not follow also. Okay, so President can seek advice of the Supreme Court on any legal matters or law or any dispute of high public importance. In such cases, my dear, the Supreme Court essentially gives advisories of opinion to the President. So here, one more thing I missed out. President may seek advice from Supreme Court. So Supreme Court is not bound to give advice. Supreme Court may or may not give the advice. Supreme Court may or may not give the advice. Okay, if the advice is given by the Supreme Court, it is not necessary that the President has to follow it. Like I tell you, I give you advices, please study properly, take your life seriously. I am advising you, so it is up to you whether you follow or not. If you follow, well and good. If you don't like, don't follow it, isn't it? So that is the advisory jurisdiction. So that means I cannot go for advices from the Supreme Court. I cannot seek advice from Supreme Court, but who can seek advice? President of India can seek advice from Supreme Court. In High Court, Governor of the concerned state can seek advice from High Court. So High Court also has the advisory jurisdiction. Okay, so here President can seek advice from Supreme Court on some legal matters. Okay, on any disputes or any important public opinion is to be generated. The President is confused what to do, what not to do. So in that case, he can seek advice from Supreme Court. So that is the advisory jurisdiction of a Supreme Court. Okay, now the fifth one is protection of fundamental rights. So definitely Supreme Court is the protector of the fundamental rights. Supreme Court is the protector of the fundamental rights. Even High Court is also the protector of the fundamental rights. So how does Supreme Court protect the fundamental rights? So by issuing writs. Supreme Court protects the fundamental rights of the people by issuing writs. W-R-I-T-S. You can see the word. So what is writs? Writs are the certificates of order issued from the higher court to the lower court. Okay, to remind them to do their work properly. Okay, so there are number of writs. There are number of writs like writ of habeas corpus is there, writ of mandamus is there, writ of prohibition is there, writ of quo warranto is there, and writ of certiorari is there. So this part we have discussed earlier in class 9. Right, so we have already discussed this, so no need to discuss over here. So Supreme Court protects the fundamental rights of the people by issuing writs. Okay, so that is how Supreme Court is the protector of our fundamental rights. So protection of the fundamental rights is done by the Supreme Court. Now number 6, judicial review. So what is the meaning of judicial review? What is the meaning of a judicial review? So let me tell you, my dear. Review. Laws are passed in the legislature. Laws are passed in the legislature. So I was talking, laws are passed in the legislature, right? Lok Sabha is there, Rajya Sabha is there. They are the final houses which decides the law. Parliament is the lawmaking body, we know it. So there are some laws which are passed by the legislature. So Supreme Court has the power of judicial review, means the laws which are passed by the legislature are checked by the Supreme Court whether that law is as per the constitution or not. Okay, so it is not that all the laws are checked by the Supreme Court. It's not that. If any of the law passed by the legislature is challenged by a person or a group of people, then definitely the validity of the law will definitely be checked by the Supreme Court. That is known as judicial review of the Supreme Court. So it doesn't mean that a law, whichever party is there, they can make a law of their need. So that is not possible. So whenever the laws are passed in the legislature, one thing must be kept in mind, that the very basic of the constitution must not be changed. The structure of the constitution should not be changed. Okay, suppose for example I want to renovate this room. I can paint the walls, but I cannot simply that means demolish the pillars and all. A new building I cannot make it. That is not possible. So law, constitution is there, we cannot change it, but a certain changes if I do for my benefit and that is harmful for the people, then if that law is challenged by the person or a group of person, then that part will be checked by the Supreme Court whether that law passed by the legislature is as per the Constitution of India or not. If it is found that the law passed by the legislature is not as per the Constitution, then Supreme Court will declare that law as null and void. Null, N-U-L-L, null and void. That means from that day the law will cease to exist. That law will not at all continue. So that is the importance of judicial review. So once again, the laws are passed by the legislature, but some laws which, if possible, if challenged by the person, can be checked by the Supreme Court regarding its validity, whether the law is as per the Constitution or not. If it is found that a law, entire law or a part of the law passed by the legislature is not as per the Constitution, then Supreme Court will declare it as null and void. From that day the law will stop to function. Hope you understood this part. Okay, so this is judicial review. Okay, now next one you can see here, the last one, Supreme Court as the court of record. Supreme Court is also known as the court of record. So definitely Supreme Court is a court of record. Every court, whether it is a Supreme Court or High Court or any other subordinate court, all these courts keeps all the record. Any judgment, any proceedings which takes place in the Supreme Court are recorded. Like in movies and all, you might have seen a judge sits on the highest table and below that one person is there. He is typing something on the paper. What is he doing? He is recording everything. The proceedings which goes on in the Supreme Court are recorded for future testimony, and those records later on are studied by the lawyers. They refer the cases, and even it is helpful for the law students also. Okay, so it is mentioned over here, Supreme Court is a court of record. Its judgment bind all courts in India. Whatever judgment is given by Supreme Court, that binds over all court in India. All courts of India can use the judgment delivered by the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has delivered a judgment on a particular case, same type of case. If the same type of case is there in any of the part of the country or in any of the high courts, the same judgment has to be given, because there cannot be two judgments for the same thing. Suppose I have committed a similar crime, for that already a judgment has been given to somebody else, so same judgment has to be given in that case also. Okay, so Supreme Court is a court of record. All the proceedings which takes place in the Supreme Court are recorded for future testimony, and it is referred by the lawyers as well as law students in their colleges. Okay, so that is the importance of court of record. Okay, Supreme Court is a court of record. Even High Court is also the court of record. Even the High Court is also the court of record. So hope you all have understood this part. So today we discuss again here revisory jurisdiction, advisory jurisdiction, protection of fundamental rights. Supreme Court is the protector of fundamental rights, judicial review, and Supreme Court as a court of record. So this is all about from the Supreme Court chapter, the judiciary chapter. Okay, so though the High Court is not there as per the further reduced syllabus, so still when I get time, I'll make a video on that also for your understanding. You should know about the functioning of the High Court also. Though it is not there in the syllabus, it doesn't mean that it's not important. As a citizen of this country, you should know about the High Court also. So that I'll make a separate video, and that I'll give it to you later on. Okay, so hope you all have understood what I taught today. So we'll meet again in next class. So till then, take care, stay safe, bye bye.